So here, what is the meaning of primary production? It's the amount of biomass or organic matter which is produced per unit area. So in 1 unit area, okay, you take any unit area, how much biomass or how much organic matter is being produced in that area over a period of time. You specify a time period by the plants during photosynthesis. You need to know the units over here. It's given as weight, or you can it in terms of energy. In weight, it is gram per meter square. In energy, it is kilocalories per meter square. Now, the rate of biomass production, that is the speed at which this biomass production is taking place, that is called as productivity. And now, this is in terms of gram per meter square per year. Year, how fast is this biomass production taking place? And in terms of energy, you have the exact same unit again, kilocal per meter square per year. Okay, how much energy is utilized for the production of biomass. Then you have gross primary productivity, GPP, and net primary productivity. Gross is basically the rate of production of organic matter during photosynthesis. How much organic matter is made during photosynthesis? This is basically the total amount, entire thing, total amount. And what happens is, if you minus the respiration losses, or when organic matter is being produced, the organisms that are making this organic matter, they will be breathing, they will be respiring, there's going to be some amount of respiration loss that takes place. So if you do GPP minus R, which is the respiration loss, you get the net primary productivity. Okay, so that take care of all the losses, whatever is going out from the system, and final what you get, that is net amount. Okay, please remember this formula. GPP minus R is NPP. Okay, gross minus respiration is net activity. Productivity depends on the plant species. Basically, depending on what kind of plants you have, the productivity is going to change, right? Depending on how much photosynthesis are they able to carry out, right? Again, it's not only dependent on the plant species, it also depends on a variety of other environmental factors, right? The temperature, whether the temperature is suitable. What about the nutrients that are required? Then availability of nutrients. And you have the basic photosynthetic capacity of plants. Okay, so all of this is going to alter the productivity of the plant species, right? So the annual net primary productivity of the whole biosphere, so all ecosystems operating in all these different areas, that is atmosphere, lithosphere, everything together is the biosphere, okay, which makes up the earth. Okay, so the annual net primary productivity, which means we have taken out all the losses, if any. Okay, now it's the total one, whatever we are having, is about 170 billion tons of organic matter. 70 billion tons dry weight. If you're going to measure the primary productivity or the amount of biomass or organic matter, it's going to weigh about 170 billion tons. Okay, now of this, despite occupying about 70% of the surface, the productivity of the oceans are only 55 billion tons. So you have the entire biosphere, or the entire earth is going to produce about 170 billion tons, okay, of organic matter. From this, only 55 billion tons is produced by oceans. But oceans actually occupy 75% of the biosphere, right? There's a lot of this, more water on the earth than land, right? 70% of the earth is covered in oceans or water. Then why is the contribution so less towards organic matter? Why is it only 55 billion tons out of 170? What is the main reason for low productivity of the ocean? They occupy the major majority surface of the biosphere or the earth, but they're producing very little organic matter. Why so? So out of 170, if you're going to minus 55 billion tons, how much are you left with? About maybe 110, 115 billion tons. And that entire thing is through land. So why is oceans only 55? Why the low productivity? You think the sunlight that falls on the land is the same amount that falls on the ocean and same amount is absorbed as well? What about when you go lower or deeper in the oceans? The sunlight going to remain the same?
It'll
Will decrease, right? As you go lower in the ocean or in a water body, as you go lower, the sunlight also reduces. If you go extremely to the bottom, there's absolutely no sunlight. So, what is going to happen to productivity over here? Productivity will reduce, right? As compared to a land or a terrestrial ecosystem where you have abundant sunlight, okay, not really stratification of sunlight. So, therefore, there the productivity is going to be more. So, sunlight is one more factor because of which productivity of ocean is low. Anything to do with the plants, photosynthetic plants. I think the number of photosynthetic plants on land and in ocean are the same. It is definitely going to be lesser in the oceans as compared to the plants, right? So, all aquatic plants would be able to perform photosynthesis. Okay, the ones that do perform photosynthesis, for example, you have phytoplanktons. Okay, are so small in size that the amount of photosynthesis that they do is going to be much lesser than the higher plants on the land, right? Again, productivity reduces. Okay, so there are all the reasons or the main reasons due to which productivity of ocean reduces. Okay, please.